I am Anna.
And I'm Sheena. Welcome to Centrally Speaking. Centrally Speaking is a program that opens up the conversation about important matters of economics and finance, matters that have an impact on your life.
Sheena, one of the topics that we'll be discussing this week is central bank modernization and the Bank of Jamaica's independence, a topic that I think is unfamiliar to most viewers. So it'd be quite interesting to hear what that is.
Yes, I know, Anna. Bank of Jamaica's modernization and independence agenda, it seeks to legitimize the mandate of the bank. It focuses on price and financial stability. And our very special guest today will help us to understand the meaning of modernization and independence. But before we get to that, let's check in with the streets.
What do you think Bank of Jamaica does?
I think the Bank of Jamaica, they dispense money. They also help to control the interest rate and also set policies for the commercial banks.
I think the Bank of Jamaica does nothing, but I think they should do more like give the other bank a certain policy so that the next bank that they finance our money, we can make something from those banks because they know that they cover those type of banks.
You get money, you borrow any money, you do anything you want do. You take foreign currency, well, this way I go down there meanwhile. You go walk with me now. Come. You lend money, you borrow money, you give money, you collect foreign currency, and anything you want, you can get it at Bank of Jamaica.
What do I think the Bank of Jamaica does? I think it makes the money for the country.
Yes, the Bank of Jamaica is a central bank of Jamaica. They control the other banks do services through them. The main things, they control the foreign exchange. They monitor the country's foreign exchange. That's what the Bank of Jamaica does.
Boy, some pretty interesting views there. But after this message, Governor Richard Byles of Bank of Jamaica will give us the real deal on what the bank does and so much more. You're watching Centrally Speaking. We'll be right back. In this segment, we meet the freshly minted Governor of Bank of Jamaica, Richard Byles.
No pun intended, right?
No pun intended.
Governor Richard Byles, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So, Governor, earlier we were talking about Bank of Jamaica's modernization program and the central bank becoming more independent or independent. You know, you can well appreciate that most of us didn't know that the bank did not have independence. So what I wanted to break down for us is what is the modernization program? What does it involve? And what does independence mean for the central bank?
So let me start by saying that independence doesn't mean we're free to do as we please. But we are free to execute on our policies.
Right.
So when it comes to setting interest rates as well as to oversight the financial sector, we're free to do so in the way that we think best. But eventually we do have to deliver on the mandate that is set for us by government, which is inflation must not be too high, too low. It should be in the band that they have agreed. And the financial sector does have to remain strong, stable and prudent. Independence also means that some of the powers that are now vested in the governor solely will be democratized, meaning we will have third parties who constitute committees under the board of directors that help to make decisions on complex economic matters to do with monetary policy.
Governor, we're switching gears a little bit. You know, the Bank of Jamaica is a little mysterious, you know, but in recent times, though, we see that the bank is communicating more with the general public. What are the roles and the functions of the central bank?
I would say we have two main mandates. One is for price stability, to manage that, and the second is for financial stability. So price stability means that we want to keep inflation within a certain range. We don't want it to go above that range, and we don't want it to fall below. If it falls below, it means there's more we can do to drive growth in the economy. If it goes too far above, it means that things are overheating and we may be developing bubbles and maybe setting ourselves up for disasters. So price stability is the main mandate of the Bank of Jamaica. But secondly, we have the responsibility to oversight all of the financial sector. And principally that means the commercial banks, but also the building societies. We have to make sure that they have enough capital, that their lending practices don't endanger them, so that they are strong and stable. That is our principal objective with them.
Governor, you mentioned monetary policy,
Yes.
which is essentially looking at the flow of money in the system and what the bank does to increase activity or reduce it.
Yes.
But what we want to know, or what I would like to know, is what kind of information goes into that?
Well, the way in which we affect or execute on monetary policy is through what is called our policy rate. And that is a rate that we pay on bank balances at the Bank of Jamaica. So all of the free money that the banks have is lodged at the Bank of Jamaica, and we pay a rate on that. And we adjust that rate as a signal to them to say what their rates to the public and to businesses should be like.
So in other words, that's an interest rate.
Right. So we move our policy or signal rate up and down to tell the commercial banks what we would like to see them do. So in that way, we impact interest rates to everybody in the Jamaican society. If we were to raise interest rates, that would cut off people's ability to borrow and do what they want in business and in personal life. If rates are too high, you can't afford a mortgage. If they are too high, maybe you can't expand the business. And in that way, we slow growth down and we slow inflation down. So a little inflation is good to get the economy to grow. Too much inflation is not good for the economy.
At the top, we noted that you were newly minted. So before you go, please tell us a little bit about you and why you accepted the top job of governor.
Okay, so as you may know, I was in the financial sector before,
Yes.
In business. 28 years as leading financial sector businesses. So I'm quite au fait with the financial sector. And with that comes an understanding of interest rates and growth and so forth. But, you know, I think I have a passion to work for country. And I enjoyed very much that period when I worked as co-chair for EPOC. And when the opportunity came up to head Bank of Jamaica, I said to myself, what better way is there to contribute to country than to be the governor of the Bank of Jamaica?
So there you have it, viewers. Governor Richard Byles from Bank of Jamaica. Governor Byles, thank you for joining us today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That's it, Bank of Jamaica in transition, becoming a modern central bank and achieving central bank independence. From Governor Byles, we go to the financial tip of the day. So quite an interesting conversation with Governor Richard Byles just now. But just in case you still don't understand what the bank does or what central bank modernization or independence means, here it is, Fast Facts. So, number one, independence for Bank of Jamaica means that it is now independent to execute its monetary policy, but still accountable to the political directorate for delivering its mandate. Number two, so BOJ will now be accountable to you, the public, for delivering its mandate, and that's where the term modern comes in. Number three, Bank of Jamaica's main role is to ensure that we have price stability and that the financial system is stable and sound. Number four, the monetary policy stance is to ensure that inflation is low, stable, and predictable. So, and it is around the target set by the government. That target is 4 to 6%. Number five, so the bank's main tool for monetary policy is interest rates. So let me say it like this. If it's too high, the people are gonna cry. And if it's too low, the country not grow. That's simply it. They use interest rates to affect inflation. And that sums up today's discussion.
And that's our program for this week. For more information on Bank of Jamaica, You can follow us on our Twitter page at Central Bank JA, or you can follow us on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, as well as visit our website at www.boj.org.jm.
And viewers, don't forget to tweet your questions or post your comments to Facebook. And of course, tuning again next week to Centrally Speaking right here on this station, where we'll break down another economic principle.
I'm Sheena.
And I'm Anna.
Thanks for watching. Centrally Speaking is a production of Bank of Jamaica.